Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, my weekly episode show where I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Usually on a Friday, today's on a Saturday, but it's still out, so that's the best thing. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to have a conversation about Wendy Choo and the Wyatt Six, and we're going to have a frank and honest, open discussion about both of these entities in the world of WWE. So let's start off with Wendy Choo. Um, the person who portrays the character of Wendy Choo is her name has been Karen Q, and she she is someone who I think is a pretty technical wrestler, and they try to give her everything. She was part of one of the Mae Young Classics, I believe, as well. And you're trying to find like the right thing for her. When they had Xia Li and Boa, there she was Mei Ying, the that person, that entity. And I'm not sure, and so then when I guess Boa didn't do what the WWE thought that he might do, and they were going through all of those cuts and everything. So Boa was cut. Xia Li was then drafted up to the main roster. So they did all those things. So she had nowhere to go. She couldn't be the main Yin character anymore. And then they came up with this ridiculous character of Wendy Choo, who was like sleeping. She wore pajamas and she was sleeping in the ring, and she had a pillow. And God, it was the most just ridiculous character ever. As dumb as pockets. It was on the exact same line as Orange Cassidy, who puts his hands in his pockets and wrestles like that, and it's low effort wrestling and everything like it was stupid like that, and this was stupid. She was in the ring fucking sleeping. Absolutely fucking stupid. And then I think, she unfortunately was one of the many people, and this was crazy. The last 3-4 years in NXT have been crazy because it seems like all of their stars go out like injuries, and they go out like after rounds, all of them like 3 or 4 at the same time. I think there was once where they did the thing with like Blair Davenport that she was taking out everybody, but everyone she took out already had like that knee injury. So I think it was like Nikita Lyons and Sol Ruka and a few others. It might even been Winnie Choo might have been one of them. I think that might have been the one that might have been one that had been taken out. But she was out with an injury, and a few months ago she came back, and I was not ready. Oh, Jesus Christ! So I was hoping they would come back with a new something for her, and she comes back, but now she's this sinister, darker, spooky Wendy Choo. And this past week on NXT, they had her and Rosemary from NXT attack Jordan Grace during a match between her and Sol Ruka on NXT, and and it's just ridiculous. The only thing about Wendy Choo that makes any sense, because since her character is like a sleep character, she has like some type of submission that puts you out. It's a modified version of the Cobra Clutch, $1 Million Dream, yada yada yada, right? She has that, and it's just it's just it's not good. It's not working. Many people have said that on the internet that it's not connecting. This is a dumb fucking character. It just is. I think for people who like this character, I think it's they like all of this silly shit, and it's just not a part of wrestling. It just isn't, and it's time for this shit to end, and hopefully this shit ends with the Jordan Gray shit. And there's so many things I think you can do with the character of with the woman Karen Q. Just let her be Karen Q. Why does she you know or if she can't be Karen Q because that's like her name, so that's like her real name. Okay with it. Let her be something else. Let her be something else, but then let her be something else that you know is trademarked by WWE, and then but it's Karen Q by another name. The fact that talking about her is making me sleepy. But the fact that it is just ridiculous. I just I have nothing to say and else to say. It's I just don't see why they do that. And listen, I'm not saying that they need to let her go. I'm not saying that. Like again, I think she is probably it could be a tell her as someone who could get over it on her own without this silly stuff. This let me say this. I will say this. People were kind of into the original Wendy Choo. And she had that dumb music where it sounded like this is like a baby thing and things like that. But now with this dark shit, this shit doesn't work. It's not working. They really need to try something else. This. No, I put this. Did I? Oh no, maybe I didn't. No, I know. I put this about. I put it on Twitter. I think this was about maybe NXT No Mercy, because people on Twitter and everything like that, and even Shine himself is kind of, fell into it, when you're talking about where Sean is cooking and everything like that, and there was all that meme about Shawn Michaels and a chef hat. So, and I think I said about the NXT match between Joe Hendry and well, something like that said that Shawn Michaels cooking, but this time he burnt the rice. This time with Shawn Michaels and Wendy Choo, he's about to inflame the whole stove with this character. This has gotta change. This has gotta change. It is just it is it is unbelievable. It is silly, and it is just garbage. And now and then she's gonna be a part of the thing on CW. People are going to be watching Trick Williams and Ethan Page and Roxanne Perez and Julia and all these other matches. You're gonna see CM Punk on the show. That's gonna be great. And then You're gonna watch her and Rosemary take on Jordan Grace and somebody a part of the first. If that's the way they do, maybe they're gonna go down to TNA. That's probably more of a character for TNA than it should be for NXT. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this at all, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for hopefully the ball to drop on Wendy Choo, not literally but figuratively. So I think this video I'm going to be getting lighter and darker and lighter and darker. It seems like the only good time I have to do videos would be during nighttime. But then that's when you can actually see me and everything like that. But whatever. Um, so we just talked about Wendy Choo and how stupid that is and how that needs to change and how it's not over at all, and it's you know it's really something that needs to they really need to do something with that character and that person, write that character off and have that person come back and try something else. This is a little bit different with the Wyatt 6 because the Wyatt 6 is it's a tribute act to Bray Wyatt. And the fans are going to try to do everything possible in their can to make sure that this works. Even if it's stuff that they don't find, you know, they don't find entertaining, they don't find good with, they don't find, um, working. They don't find it working. And but they're going to cheer it and give it every sense of you know give every ounce of chance of getting over you know as it should. It's almost like the LA Knight thing. Like they saw something in LA Knight, so even after all of the stuff with Bray Wyatt and everything else, the crowd is still like, no, we're gonna make this dude star. Even with the Bray Wyatt stuff and the Mountain Dew pitch black match or whatever. No. And so that's what they're. And I think that's what they're doing with the Wyatt 6 because we tragically lost Bray Wyatt at an early age. So they're like, well, no, we got to make sure that Bray Wyatt's legacy lives on in some way. We're going to make sure that this does. And while I understand that, I'm really not into it. I'm really not into it. They had a very entertaining, 8-person street fight. You know, this Monday on Raw. It was very entertaining. You know, but it's like I for me it's like I said before, it's a tribute act. So they're playing all of the characters for they're playing Mercy the Buzzard and Huskus the Pig Boy and Ramblin' Rabbit and Abby the Witch. They did all this, and then they've got Uncle Howdy as well. And somehow I think there's been all rumors that Alexa Bliss is going to be into it and be in it as well. And it's like, well, why do they have to be these characters? Why do they have to come out with dry ice and Smokey? And maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe, they don't. Maybe they can come out with they can come out with dry ice because it's worked for Undertaker for years. So what are they doing here? And I will say this: they're not doing any of the stuff that makes it feel like that it is supernatural or anything like that. Like my thing with the Fiend was that why was the Fiend like almost impervious to pain? Like you do a move on the Fiend and Fiend with no selling. And these seem to be more things where like yes, they are selling. They are, you know, these are just these are just human beings who are, you know, wrestling with these weird costumes and outfits and things like that. But instead of doing like some of the stuff that they did, like now when you go back to that first sighting, excuse me, when you go back to that first sighting of the Wyatt Six, and they did all that. They had all of that stuff happening backstage where they beat people up, and they they left Chad Gable for dead, right? Did that need to happen? Because that's not what they've been. That's not what they've been doing. And Adam Pearce, who now has just given them a contract so that they can be on the show after they did that on his show. It really is starting to be one of those things where it's like Adam Pearce is bad at his job. I wonder if this is like going to be some type of thing where Adam Pearce is just bad at his job. He let these 5 misfits come over to the show and just hurt the people in the background of the people in the back room in the gorilla position, all of that, and they've and now they decided, well, they get contracts to wrestle. What? What I would have liked to have seen, instead of all this other bullshit, what I would have liked to have seen would be maybe get into the ring, swing the ring, maybe even with their characters. No smoke, no nothing like that. Don't deliver tapes. Don't kind of appear out of nowhere. Just go in the ring, with the mic, and then explain what they're doing. Explain why are they doing this? You know why they're doing this for Bray Wyatt. So explain why they're doing this for Bray Wyatt. What Bo Dallas did in that video, he could have done out there in the thing. What Eric Rowan did in that video, he could have done in that ring in an interview. We didn't hear from Joe Gacy or Dexter Lumis or Nikki Cross. We could have did the same thing with them, or at least have somebody speak for Dexter Lumis. Why is Dexter Lumis doing this? What did Bray Wyatt mean to them? And this is so for them. When Bo called them to, do this was a no-brainer. This is an absolute no-brainer to do. to come back to WWE and to come back and to do this. And then what's their mission? Their mission, and I think I do like what their mission, because I think they're doing is they talked about family. You know, you know, Chad turned on his original family, American Alpha, to and started this new film, and so this is fun, and they're going to be justice. They're gonna take on people who are treating their family bad or anything like that. And I think that's would be a good thing. But they don't need to go all this far with everything like that. But it was just like I don't know. I have a hard time getting into them. I have a hard time getting into this whole thing. Like I said, the match this Monday I think was nice. The street fight was pretty good to great street fight. Entertaining, as I said. Yeah, I think it was a very entertaining street fight. But like I don't know if they're gonna keep this up. Are they always gonna have street fights? Are they just always going to be you know are they just always going to be this in this way? So I do not know. But here's what I think is what's going to be going to be, and like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the Y6 are going to they're going to be around, you know, because the fans want them to be around. And I don't know if the fans are ever going to get sick of it or get stuff of it because of how they feel about Bray Wyatt. But I really would like to see them tone down the these gimmicks even more. And what I like to do is I like for them to even like be out in their thing, like come out and do promos as themselves. Come out and do promos as themselves, and then maybe like when they get into wrestle, that's their wrestling thing. Like Bo Dallas, like for instance, let's just say this. I'm hoping the whole American Made Y6 stuff is now over. So, and let's just say they want to keep on with this thing about family, and um, so maybe after Bad Blood, right? After Bad Blood, maybe because Drew, uh, maybe Drew, was on with what the hell's his name? Wade Barrett. He kind of, talked down to Wade Barrett after Wade Barrett was trying to help him. Maybe he might say something to Sheamus. Don't know that. Maybe he might attack both of them, right? Before Bad and after Bad Blood, when this match with CM Punk, and I would hope that CM Punk would win this one, would win the Hell in a Cell match. Then maybe the Y6 starts going after Drew McIntyre, and maybe it's maybe Drew McIntyre's in the ring saying, "I want another shot at CM Punk," but maybe Bo Dallas comes down and says, "You attacked Sheamus, you attacked Wade Barrett. These were your members of your family. It's not a good thing. You shouldn't treat your family like that." And then that turns into, what how did Drew McIntyre made feud or like that, something like that. Just something, but it's got to be more than this what they're doing now. It's not getting me. I'm not having. It's over with a lot of the crowd, not over with me, and it doesn't have to be over with me. Nothing doesn't have to be, you know, you know, everything, with me. But I do feel that it's not over because it's good. It's over because it's with Bray Wyatt, and that's the exact reason for this video. Let's try to do something to make it be over because it's actually good, and not because it's doing a tribute for the late Bray Wyatt. So there you have it. My thoughts on Wendy Choo and the Wyatt 6. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel about these two acts in wrestling. And if you're like me and you're just not getting it and you wish they kind of change them and do something different, or are you into them and you think they're working and you don't want to see them do anything different? Let me know down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there, and I am out.